Hi everybody, welcome back to Safety Sunday. Don't worry, I am in a Bennington shirt, but I have this lab coat and goggles on today because I am going to be going over your pool water chemistry. This is really important for three reasons. One, you want your pool to look good. If you have a green or a cloudy pool, that is not up to Bennington standards. It shouldn't be up to anybody's standards, and it's just kind of nasty looking. You're not going to want to jump in there to save anybody. They might not want to jump in there to swim, period. So you want to have a nice looking pool, and pool chemistry can help you do that. Reason two is you want to have a safe and healthy pool, which is why I'm including it in Safety Sunday. And if you have a stagnant pool of water, which isn't moving, and there's not the correct pool chemistry in there, and then all of a sudden, you have some weird bacteria growth going on and people are swimming in that, that's really unhealthy and unsafe for you and your patrons. So you want to make sure that your pool is safe. And then the third reason for having correct pool chemistry is that you want to pass your health inspections. If you've ever had the pleasure of being at your pool during a health inspection, they take their pool chemistry very seriously, as they should, and you should as well. So to go right into it, you should be testing your pool chemistry once an hour every day. And you should be notifying your field manager of your chemistry readings in the morning before your shift, and if any changes happen where your chemistry falls out of range. And I'll go into the ranges of the correct chemicals later. Or the correct readings later. So the main tool that you'll be using to test your pool chemistry is a Taylor test kit, which I'll put a picture of right here. And the Taylor test kit has two main components that you're going to need: your comparator and your reagents. So these are the two comparators you might come across. I'll go over the differences in a second. And then your reagents are going to be these little colorful bottles. There are going to be a billion of them, but you only need to worry about three. The three you need to worry about are, oh no, I dropped my paper. Hold on. So the three you need to worry about are R1, R2, and either R4 or R14, depending on what test kit you have. So for the purpose of this video, because I don't have a Taylor test kit with me, I'm going to be using this piece of paper as a comparator. So over here we have our pH side and chlorine side. And what you want to do is, again, you're testing this once every hour. You're going to first fill this up with water. So dunk it in, fill it up to the fill lines, which will be on the side. And once you have that full of water, you are going to first test for chlorine. So you get your R1 and you drop 5 drops of R1 into the chlorine side. And then you get your R2 and you drop 5 drops of R2 into the chlorine side. Then for your pH, if you have a big pH tube, and this is the difference between the two comparators I put up here. This one has a bigger pH tube and this one has a smaller pH tube. So if you have a bigger pH tube, you're going to use R4 and you're going to put 5 drops of R4 into the water. And then if you have a smaller test tube, you're going to be using R14 and putting 5 drops of that into the pH tube. So chlorine, 5 drops of R1 and 5 drops of R2. pH, 5 drops of either R4 or R14, depending on what size your tube is. So that is about it for how to test pool chemistry. For your chlorine, you want a range of 2 to 4. Those are your ideal ranges for your chlorine. If you notice that it starts at 3 at the beginning of the day and it's going down, you definitely want to let your field manager know. If you notice it's like really high and it's well above 5, you want to let your field manager know that too, because just like too little chlorine is bad, too much is also bad for your patron health. pH, the range should be anywhere between 7.4, 7.6, 7. If 7.5 is like that sweet spot in pH, if it's really low or really high, you again want to tell your field manager, or if you notice it is going lower or getting higher, you want to let your field manager know. So that is the basics of pool chemistry. As always, quiz is linked down below. I'm also going to put a better video of how to take pool chemistry in the newsletter, just because paper isn't the best it's not the best way of learning how to do this. So take the quiz down below, look at the other video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.